Hello, nerds all over the internet. It is Thursday night. It is April 20th. Happy Earth Day to everybody. And you're here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind.
Yeah!
All right, folks. Yes, indeed. Another Thursday night. Another spectacular night to talk about all exciting things happening in the world of professional wrestling. And to guide you through this journey, I'm your host, Jose Casabona. I'm also the host, the founder, executive producer, the content manager, the 5 B's himself.
Why is it always so many B's with you?
Hey, I put a ceiling. 5 is my limit.
You should have ended at 3. It's a much nicer odd number if you're going to go with odd numbers.
But I like to go with 5 because it's 1/2 of 10.
I hate you so much.
And on behalf of everybody here on this channel, we appreciate each and every single one of you that's tuning in right now. You guys are freaking awesome. You help make the channel, and we love each and every one of you, and it comes from a special place in our hearts. And
we still haven't found Jose's, though.
Yeah, we'll get to it when we get to it. It'll be like a nice side quest thing. And joining behind the camera is the host of the Black Files, my tag partner for Wrestle Wrewind, the man who puts in the man hours behind all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week. There may be 5 B's, but there's only one father, Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thank you for that introduction, Jose, and don't you ever forget the Mister.
And much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and twitch.tv/theravensflock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content, and leave your questions and comments below and join in on the conversation. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you will have exclusive access to many, many amazing perks that comes with being a member.
By hitting the join button on the YouTube stream.
Yes, by hitting the join button. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and sound off by showing off your lovely membership badges and custom emojis. I want to say hello to the inner flockers we've got in the YouTube chat so far. We have Nikki Bella, Gene Rick, and Jen Pearson in the chat so far. I know we got a couple more folks tuned in. You're more than welcome to pipe up. Don't be shy. Don't feel bad. We're all friends. We don't bite anymore. And you'll also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description. That perfect 10 of Sean Spears shirt is not in our merch store. That is someone else's merch. It's okay, we don't care. But what we do care about is you fine folks, because inner flockers get direct access to us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds here to make your voice our mission by having your input, your thoughts, your opinions, your takes on our programming, and take it to heart so that we can use that input to help us shape the future of this channel.
Exactly. I don't say it for the sake of saying it. You literally help make this channel.
Indeed, Jose. But specifically, what exactly is it that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Here on Wrestle Rewind, we review 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. That is WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling that airs on Access TV. So we are still on the road to AEW's Double or Nothing, which is on Sunday, May 27th, which is going to be running simultaneously along with WWE's upcoming pay-per-view event, NXT Battleground.
Does it really count as a pay-per-view event?
Yes. Oh no, you're right. It doesn't. It's a premium live event,
pal.
You know Vince always wants to go a stupendous, am I right?
The most stupendous WrestleMania of all time.
All right, so on the road to Double or Nothing. Impact Wrestling's Rebellions has been wrapped up. We will discuss about the main event later on in the program. We have a lot of things that's setting up, not just for the pay-per-view event, but also for NXT's upcoming TV special next week, which is still a horrendous title, if there ever was one, NXT Spring Breakin.
I can't take that name seriously. I just can't.
I know. All right. But let's go ahead and talk about the go-home show of NXT. This is their final NXT show before their TV special.
Should we get started?
Yes, indeed. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
All right. So the show opens up with Juan, your favorite timeless classic in wrestling, a Pier 6 Brawl.
Yay!
Pier 6 Brawl! 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 Yeah!
Mindless massacre of bodies everywhere. Who are the victims?
Well, that would be the participants in the triple threat tag team match for the NXT tag team titles. The Creed brothers representing the Diamond Mine. We have the tag team of Dyad representing Schism, and the NXT tag team champions themselves, Gallus.
All right, so Creed brothers, who are in singlets, and they're what? They're just really good wrestlers. We have the Dyad, who are supposed to be a creepy evil cult, who was led by a woke guy, but now he's not woke anymore. Also, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's daughter is there for some reason.
Also, the tag team of Dyad requested their release from WWE.
Denied!
Yeah, that too.
And we have the Scottish brutes themselves, Gallus.
Yes, that's right. And before the match could get underway, these guys didn't want to wait for the bell to ring like we do.
To ring?
I mean, to ring like we do.
Ring? What are we, in Atlanta?
Shut
in
up.
Atlanta, Georgia, we want the bell to ring.
I'll wait till you get your jokes out.
I'm done.
Okay, good.
I don't have brains for much else right now.
Yeah. They didn't want to wait until the match started. They were brawling already, heading towards the ring, with referees and officials trying to break up the three teams.
Like, guys, please, at least wait until the bell rings. That way we can be absolved of any liability of what you do to each other.
Oh, yeah. And then the match got underway, and all three of these teams definitely delivered. Julius Creed took a lot of offense during this triple threat match against the two opposing teams, but as soon as he got the hot tag in with Brutus Creed, that bigger guy of the Creed brothers, man, oh man, he came out exploding like a powder keg, and he started wailing on everybody. There's this really cool spot he did where he had one of the tag members. I kid you not, I'm trying to remember how he did it because it's so cool. Okay, he did. Oh yeah, now I remember now. He did a German suplex O'Connor roll on one of the tag members to pin them, and while simultaneously also executed a Northern Lights suplex bridge on another tag partner, trying to pin both guys, but only got a 2 count. But that is amazing. That's great talent right there. I thought that was one of the most athletic things I've ever seen in the ring.
Awesome, nice, I like it.
Yeah, indeed. And everything was going well for the Diamond Mine. It looks like they were going to win, especially with Brutus Creed actually connected with the Brutus Bomb instead of the botch Brutus Bomb he did at NXT Stand and Deliver that WrestleMania will not let go. Botchamania will not let go.
Ow.
I love you.
This hurts. Also, Vicente Guerrero made it to the chat. Hey up, Vicente Guerrero. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Hey up, Vicente. Thank you very, very much for coming in. And then we have some outside crap that was going on with Ava Rain of the Schism and of Ivy Nile, who came to support her buddies, the Creed brothers. And then we get to the dirty finish where Julius Creed was tossed outside of the ring, and the Gallus boys hoisted Brutus Creed over the shoulders, hit their tag team finishers to win and retain. Your winners, and still the NXT Tag Team Champions, Gallus.
Very nice. Nice way to start the show. Lots of bodies being thrown around, a couple shenanigans, some memorable spots, and however skilled the opponents may be, the reigning defending tag champions remain on top.
Now, as for the boys of Schism, Jagger Reed and Rip Fowler, even though they've requested their release from WWE following WrestleMania, following Stand and Deliver, it is not yet confirmed if their release has been granted.
So until then, we're just going to have to wait and see and pretty much operate under the assumption that any match that they have could very well be their last, meaning nothing they do matters.
It's really sad, really, because the grizzled young veterans, NXT UK may not have been like a very popular brand and may have been on the withering on the vine for some time, but the grizzled young veterans actually held the tag team division in that brand as the NXT UK tag team champions. They had really great matches, but once again, it's just when you go through the Vince McMahon filter of the NXT 2.0. Man, oh man.
Nope. Pal, that's not how it works, pal.
Yeah, I know. Ugh, it's just sad. It's really sad. I need to move on to something more happy, something more exciting, something that'll give me joy.
We'll get that in a moment. Vicente is over here saying, even Jim Cornette, who normally has nothing but negative talk on WWE, has said that the Creed brothers are good talent and they're getting booked right. Despite the fact that they're not the NXT Tag Champs, it's better for them to be chasing for now.
Yeah, right now they're chasing. Right now they're getting booked right.
At least Gallus, it feels a little bit more correct that Gallus be the NXT Tag Champs.
Yeah.
I was about to say Chag Tamps.
Gallus boys on top.
Yoy.
Man, talking about the Scottish guys makes me want to drink a pint.
Yeah, we ain't got a pint.
I know. All I have is
the
root
pint
beer.
would be more like for like Irish or whatever.
I know. All I have is root beer.
Yeah, and that's not Scottish.
Shut up. All right, let's get to the exciting match of the night. This will make me smile. It's a one-on-one encounter with the former NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez going one-on-one against Zoe Stark.
Very nice. Roxy and Zoe, very nice.
Both of these women had a great standing, not only in the Women's Royal Rumble this year in the end of January, but they also put up one hell of a fight in the ladder match for the NXT Women's title at Stand and Deliver, despite both of them not winning.
So what is that about? What in the world? What gives?
Well, in this one-on-one encounter, it's all about I don't know. I'm not going to say professional jealousy, but Zoe Stark basically calling Roxanne a weak competitor, following the last week's promo segment where Roxanne Perez where Roxanne Perez talked trash at Zoe Stark and tried to tell her that just because I have anxiety, that doesn't make me a weak person.
Yeah. Okay. Let's I get that they're still trying to push this whole thing of Roxy having actual anxiety and stuff, but we mentioned this last week. It's either you're going to be super, super careful, which no one to this date has really been able to do that when it comes to mental health in WWE, in any professional wrestling, without it coming off either pandering or soft-handed or neither or both somehow. Or it's going to come off really crass, off the top of my head, Randy Orton's explosive personality disorder thing.
Can I top that?
Go ahead.
What if they're trying to book her as a new babyface Bailey?
I've heard that said already last week. Stop it. I hate you. Stop it.
They did it with Dakota Kai before they turned her heel.
Stop it. Please. Don't curse us like that.
All right, so let's get to the match. Roxanne Perez absorbed a lot of Zoe Stark's offense, and both of these women are incredible athletes. And I'm sorry, can I say this right now? I want to get this out of the way. This isn't the worst thing, but I'm going to say this right now.
Can you?
God damn it, Booker T needs to shut the hell up. I am sorry.
Don't tell you something.
No, you let me tell you something, dog. I am done. I have reached my limit of this commentary.
This is happening here, dog. Oh, my goodness.
I would rather listen to commentary for 1 hour than put up another minute with Booker T.
Oh, my goodness. Shucky ducky quack quack. Now you understand why I detest hearing Booker.
I know.
Fine with seeing Booker T in the ring. He can roll. He has got it on like Donkey Kong, and he can still hang in the ring. That is something I will never take away from Booker T, and something that I will always respect him for.
Also,
but please, for love of crap, keep him off of the freaking announce table.
I was going to say, also, without Booker T, we wouldn't have Roxanne Perez.
I'm sure he didn't let anybody forget that. All right, tell us about the match.
All right,
Come on.
This was like I said, this was actually really good. Zoe Stark actually countered Roxanne Perez's suicide dive first attempt, actually caught her in the air, dropped her right onto the ring apron, and Zoe Stark was able to mount a comeback and hit a suicide dive for the second time and connected. The fans of the Capitol Wrestling Center were on their feet for the former women's champion.
All right, so also Lisa Boo made it into the chat on YouTube. Hey up, Lisa Boo, welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Yes. In the end, even though Zoe Stark tried to get the upper hand, Roxanne Perez was able to outsmart her and hit the Pop Rocks to win. Your winner, Roxanne Perez.
Very nice. I am down with that. Thank you so much for that.
And after the match, she actually Roxanne Perez and Indy Hartwell, the newly crowned NXT Women's Champion, had a good promo segment. They're originally setting up a one-on-one match for the NXT Women's title next week at Spring Breakin, but they were both interrupted by Tiffany Stratton, who inserted herself into what is now the triple threat match.
Why do we not have a frame for that? I would imagine something like that would be, I don't know, newsworthy or important or something.
My bad.
My bad.
I'm trying to make
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm trying to make your work simple.
You've got 35 images and slides for me to go through. This ain't simple. You could if you're gonna go balls out with all the stuff that you got, the least you could do is remember to fill in the blanks sometimes.
All right, fine. So anyway, during the promo segment, during the part where Tiffany inserted herself, yeah, Roxanne Perez
And she had another Tiffany epiphany.
No, thankfully that didn't happen.
Oh, thank God.
But the Roxanne did point out a piece of continuity where she did beat Tiffany Stratton in the finals for the 2022 Breakout Tournament. That was funny. So yeah, Indy Hartwell, having enough of both of the women's shit, decided to make it a triple threat match to prove that she is not a paper champion.
So at Spring, oh my God, I can't. Okay, I'm trying to.
It's a stupid title. I know.
It's such a stupid title.
It's so dumb.
It's such a stupid name. It's such a stupid title.
Oh my God.
I can't.
I hate it.
I can't.
Like, you
Why
have
would you do this to
WCW
me?
property. Why couldn't you just bring back Spring Stampede?
Why couldn't I don't get it. I
They missed a lot of money with by not doing it.
Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna. Okay, so at
It's okay, Juan. You could say, we're behind you. We're behind you.
At NXT Spring Breakin, it's a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez challenge Indy Hartwell for the NXT Women's Championship.
Yup.
Okay.
Pretty much.
I can't stand the name.
It's a dumb name.
It doesn't roll off the tongue. It doesn't sound natural. Spring Breakin. Like, it sounds quite corking. Like, how do you do, fellow kids? Kind of thing. You know,
me and my fourth chums would think it would be quite corking.
If you would actually have us compete for the women's championship.
Oh, God.
Shoot me.
No.
Oh, my Lord. This is terrible.
No, I can't shoot you, because if I shoot you, then I'm going to have to deal with the wrath of K-Storm for the rest of my life.
Yeah, well, but no, yeah, but
hang on a minute. There's a silver lining. I can shoot you. I don't have to execute you.
I was going to say that would all depend on how long the rest of your life would be after that, and that solely depends on K-Storm's mercy and lack thereof.
Ugh. No, thank you. All right.
Okay,
Let's.
Okay, I'll give this much. Tiffany Stratton, as annoying as the character is, that's the point. She's meant to be an annoying little prissy princess, but she's got it going on.
Yeah.
That moonsault, that like triple rope springboard moonsault or whatever.
That was pretty good.
That is an excellent finisher. Roxy, she's got her bona fides. Indy Hartwell is indie wrestling personified.
Yeah.
See, Jen, you've got it. Breaking back. You see what I mean? It hurts. It hurts the brain.
It really
hurts.
But no, let's go ahead and get to the excitement segment. And I don't care what you say. Screw you. I thought this stuff was entertaining. It's like watching a really bad parody of Days of Our Lives.
Oh, boy.
All right, so Josh Briggs marches into Kiana James' office pleading to speak with his best buddy Brooks Jensen, who turned on him last week in the NXT Women's Tag Team title rematch out of spite and jealousy. And so out came his friend, but boy, oh boy, did he get a makeover by Kiana James.
Hell?
Take a look at this guy. He went from being a curly-headed F-boy to an F-boy.
Oh my God, he looks like Sammy Guevara trying to impress his girlfriend's parents.
Now
and failing miserably.
Now he has abandoned the curly hair and the cut Daisy Dukes, and he's embraced a more business gentleman-like looks. But the biggest crime that he's committed is doing this. Juan, do you see what I see?
Burn it!
He's wearing loafers.
In the words of Seth freaking Rollins' entrance theme, burn it down!
He's wearing loafers with no socks.
No! I thought Robert Stone was the only one doing this crap. No! No,
Nah, bro.
Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire in the worst way.
Bro. Robert Stone's a trendsetter.
Flames on the side of my head, and I hate him so much. It's not even freaking funny. Why?
Oh my God.
Why?
This is the new Brooks Jensen. And he's now, and he said, and he told Josh Briggs that he's his own man now, that he's tired of being under his buddy's shadow, and told him to leave. And then they cut to outside of to the bar, which we finally figured out the bar is called Big Daddy's.
Excuse me?
The bar is called Big Daddy's. That's the bar.
Big Daddy who? Big Daddy Cool Diesel? Is this bar like an homage to like dedicated to Kevin Nash?
Oh, that would be a really cool thing. Kevin Nash making a cameo. That'd be right up his alley.
So I got an idea. How about we have Kiana James replace her man with me? I mean,
Oh,
it wouldn't
God,
be
no.
out of the way for her to be attracted to an older man. It wouldn't, and we could also have me run NXT as champion at the same time.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. He freaking would.
Juan, you're giving me flashbacks of the
I
WB.
mean, like,
No,
I've got the best wrestling mind in here for the past 30 years. How else did I make so much money, man?
You're giving me flashbacks of that WB series Nikki in that one episode where Kevin Nash abducts her in a limo.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about
What
it
the hell is-
later in private.
So that's the name of.
So the name of the bar is called Big Daddy's, and Brooks Jensen and Kiana James went to confront Fallon Henley and Josh Briggs to at the bar to challenge them to a mixed tag team match next week on NXT Spring Breakin.
It doesn't get easier every time.
I don't care. This is some entertaining shit.
This is some dumb shit. I can't stand it.
I
just
love
can't.
it. I love it. It's
This
funny.
is bad. This is so bad. But then again, it can't get worse.
Well, now let's get to the match of the night. And this is supposed to be the in-ring debut, well, the re-debut of the NXT era of 2023. The NXT Heritage Cup winner, the Scottish Supernova, Noam Dar. So, a brief history on Noam Dar.
Not Noam, Noam?
Noam Dar. That's how it's pronounced.
Noam Dar. That is
So Noam
weird.
Dar is of Israeli descent, and he is born in Ayr, Scotland. So he's Scottish and Israeli. He is a former student of former WWE Universal Champion Finn Balor. He has wrestled on 205 Live and NXT UK respectively, both brands which became defunct last year, 2022. So here's the thing. This match was okay. Like, it was good. I just didn't think it was that big of a deal because I hate saying this, but Noam Dar didn't really make that big of an impression on NXT or 205 Live. Yeah, because here's the thing. The problem with NXT and NXT UK and 205 Live is that here's the thing. When WWE tries a new idea, a new concept, when you take your foot off the gas pedal even for a second, then that's it. It's done. It's freaking done. Like 205 Live and NXT UK were withering on the vines between 2016 and 2022. And the pandemic, the 2020 pandemic, did even worse, less favors for NXT UK, as well as the speaking out movement.
So, yeah, that whittled everybody down to oblivion. Also, Jen Pearson was saying, who's your daddy bar? Ha!
Oh, God.
The Big Daddy's bar. Oh, God dang it.
Yeah, I know.
How could you, Jen? I thought we were friends.
So, no disrespect to Noam Dar. He's a great talent. He's a great wrestler. I just think that he did make that big of an impression, and I think it had a lot to do with the decline of the popularity of NXT UK and 205 Live.
You think that's what's up?
I think that's what's up because, like I said, Vince McMahon, when he gets behind a new idea, he gives it a push for a little while, but then once he cools it off just for a little bit, it goes downhill.
I think you're right over here. Also, we got the shamanistic unicorn Tam in the chat. Hey up, Tam Tam.
Welcome, Tam
Welcome
Tam.
to Wrestle
Cheers.
Rewind. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm trying not to lose my head.
Oh, no, you're fine. And I'm pretty sure Noam Dar can find a chance to turn it around and actually make a big splash for 2023. We'll see.
All right, it just wasn't all that impressive so far.
It just wasn't all that impressive so far. So,
Okay.
It is what it is. All right.
What the hell?
Now let's get to the bad segment. Hey, Juan, remember last week when Ilya Dragunov beat, what's-his-face, Von Wagner, and the stipulation was that if Wagner loses, that Robert Stone would leave him? Remember that? Remember that
how
stipulation?
I don't care? What about it?
Well, you can throw that out the window because in this recorded segment from a week ago, Robert Stone took him back. After Von Wagner pleaded, saying, "Oh, please take me back. I can do better. My name is Von Wagner. I am the son of this legendary wrestler who was part of this one tag team that nobody remembers. Blah blah blah. Give me a chance." I think I lost him, folks. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna give him a hand.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. You started talking as if you were Von Wagner, and I just dozed off.
No, it's okay. I'm done talking. As
good, cool. Don't do that again.
God, what was the point of the stipulation then?
It's pointless, just like Von Wagner. Guy looks like a goddamn shaved caveman with that freaking prefrontal brow of doom. Vicente in the chat was saying Kevin Nash cameos as his Vinny Vegas character would be fun. Nash always has been funny on the mic, even when he's supposed to be a heel. Oh, who's this? Oh, yeah, and he's also asking, who the hell is Von Wagner supposed to be the son of? Son of a disappointed dad is what he is.
Hang on a minute. You know what? Just for the sake of accuracy, let me do some research on Von Wagner. It's all right. You know what? He deserves it.
No, he don't. Doesn't deserve the freaking air he breathes. And neither does Robert Stone, for that matter. Both these hobos over here wasting my goddamn screen time.
All right, here we go. His real name is Wayne Bloom, and he is the legendary son of, let's see.
He's the son of legendary wrestler.
Yep. Oh, yeah, no, Wayne, yeah. Oh, no, hang on a minute. Sorry. Wayne Bloom is the name of the legendary wrestler, and his son is Von Wagner, Cal Bloom. And Wayne Bloom tag teamed with, wrestled in the WWF days as Bo Beverly. He teamed with Mike Enos, and they were called the Beverly Brothers.
So no one we ever remember or cared about.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, okay, you threw that in there, but is anybody gonna care? Is anybody gonna know?
Nope.
Jeez, man. Even the hardcore, even the passionate wrestling fans like me and Juan, we didn't even know who the hell the Beverly Brothers were.
Yeah, and usually Jose's really good at that. At the old obscure wrestlers.
Hell no, that shit flew right past my radar, man.
Yeah, no, because who cares? Von Wagner.
Juan, you can tell Juan doesn't want to talk about this anymore. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the main.
Please let me get. Yeah, Jen is asking, is he related to the famous Von Trapp singers?
No, he's not.
Son of former AWA World Tag Champ. And hey, Juan, I love the Beverly Brothers, says Vicente.
Oh.
That's okay, Vicente. I just don't know, or didn't remember them, don't know them, so I can't have an opinion of them.
I noticed that there's a lack of Bunda, Juan. I think you shoot him away.
No, Bunda is just hiding. He's being a contrarian. He usually is. Either that or he's like asleep or something.
Probably. But now let's get to the main event segment, and it's another edition of the Grayson Waller Effect. And this week's guest, we have the NXT champion, Carmelo Hayes.
All right, so Grayson Waller, he's using this as an opportunity to try to cash in for a title shot.
Oh no, Grayson Waller is the number one contender. This is literally their one-on-one encounter before they clash for the NXT championship next week.
I see. All right, that makes sense. Okay, so
what we got...
Mike Enos had a singles run in WCW mid-card jobber from 97 to 2001.
Yeah, on WCW Saturday Night.
So that's the jobber show for the jobbing jobs.
I know.
So even oh god, that's I don't even know if I would put that on my resume.
Now that being said, so what we got in this main event segment is a great segment of back and forth trash talking between Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller. It was amazing.
Anything particular stick out?
Well, Grayson Waller tried to stake the claim that while Carmelo Hayes may have won the title, Grayson Waller stole the show at Stand and Deliver with his match against Johnny Gargano. And
even though he lost to Johnny in wrestling.
Oh, yeah. And to drive the point home, Carmelo Hayes told Trick Williams, hey, why don't you show off the banners of all the accomplishments that Grayson Waller did in NXT? Oh, wait, he ain't got none.
Like, he's had lots of matches, but he hasn't won that many.
Grayson Waller tried to battle back by telling him, like, hey, after you lose the NXT championship, maybe you could go to the main roster and work for MVP, and you could go ahead and carry Omos's luggage. Oh!
Wow.
And then Carmelo Hayes is like, hey, Logan Paul call. He needs somebody else to be the mascot for his Prime energy drink. And oh man, that's so great back and forth trash talking between both these men. I loved it. Oh my god. At the end of the whole segment and the show ends with the stare down between Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller holding up his golden shoe, and Carmelo Hayes hoisting the NXT championship.
So, yeah, I guess that's what we got.
This is great. This is a great way to build interest, to build enough hype, to build enough heat behind their championship clash at Spring Breakin.
You were fine until you said Spring Breakin again. I really just wish these guys would just drop it. Just call it Bash at the Beach or something, man. It's okay. And we know we're not at the beach or in the middle of Central Florida. But like, for Christ's sake, it's like, it hurts.
I'm just saying, if you
it
dust
doesn't
off
flow. It's awkward to say Spring Breakin'.
I know.
It's like I can't be the only one who thinks this.
But you know, WWE is all about coming up with new
things. They came up with so many new things. Yeah, sure they did. Hey, I'm Shelly Fitzgerald. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. We appreciate you here.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us.
Vicente's over here saying that Grayson Waller doesn't get out trash talked by anyone. So.
Oh yeah, no, that is true. This is very rare. That rarely happens on NXT.
So yeah, go freaking figure. What's his face? Grayson Waller has met his proverbial verbal match.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for that, Juan. And now let's get on to this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Let the fields hit the bottom Dynamite.
This week's AEW Dynamite takes place over in the Steelers city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the hometown of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and WWE Hall of Famer, your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle.
Oh, it's true.
It's damn true.
I'm surprised you didn't wear your Kurt Angle shirt.
I'm thinking it now, too. Shut up.
And I'm also really surprised that you're not celebrating with an ice-cold cup of milk.
Oh, I don't want to waste our milk.
Well, we got plenty of milk. It's okay. You can have a cup of milk.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm trying to be respectful.
Yeah, same if you're going to be...
Also, I'm trying to represent Canada. Canada doesn't get enough representation.
Why would you represent Canada? You've never been north of New York.
Yeah, I know. And Canada is one of the places I would like to visit when I get my passport.
Yeah, well, but that's like a whole thing.
I love wrestlers who are from Canada. Bret the Hitman Hart, Edge, let's see, who else?
Jericho.
Chris Jericho to an extent.
Don't lie.
To an extent.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn,
Yep.
Mike Bailey,
Yep.
Josh Alexander,
Yep.
Lance Storm.
Yep. Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit, yes.
Yeah, no. Like
you said it, not me.
Yes, I did say it, and I feel dirty saying it also.
Let's put respect on Owen frickin' Hart.
Oh, Jose, you summoned him, and he shall appear. Bunda in the chat. Hey up, Bunda. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. He's saying, who says they want to visit Canada? Jose does. It's up there on Jose's to-do list, and we are going to be getting our passports soon. For what? I'm not telling you.
Hang on a minute. What did Vincente say?
Vicente's over here saying Spring Breakin' sounds bad, but not as bad as a WWE pay-per-view called
Great Balls of Fire. Oh man!
I remember
Does anyone even remember the pay-per-view of Great Balls of Fire?
No, what I do remember was when people were taking pictures of the arena, how the stage looked, and they photoshopped flaming testicles all over the place.
Oh,
it was funny.
All right, let's go ahead and start off. Any AEW Dynamite opens up with a promo segment with all the three pillars standing in the ring.
Why?
We have Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, and Darby Allin.
What? Darby Allin doesn't get a nickname?
Well, I can't call him a straight-edge superstar. That name's already taken.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you there, Bunda, Lisa Boo, everybody. We hope you're having a good time. Also, if you said it was saying, it's not Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's Britsburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is Britsburg. All right.
Okay.
So all three of these guys had a chance to cut a promo on each other and talk about how they deserved a shot at the AEW World Title, while also taking shots at one another. Darby Allin came off a little, I don't want to say heelish, but man, he was really dunking on not only Sammy Guevara, calling Sammy Guevara as undeserving of a shot, but also trash-talking Jungle Boy, saying that, you were just brought in because you were part of this special California clique of wrestling buddies.
Yeah, that's because he was.
Yeah. I'm sure he's not hinting someone specific.
Young Bucks.
Yeah. But nevertheless, like the promo segment was getting dull, but thank goodness we have the AEW World Champion MJF to spice things up.
Yay!
AEW.
Wait, what's the tech doing back there?
Oh, I'm going to get to it.
Okay.
MJF had a talk with Tony Khan because you have to mention Tony Khan in every promo. Oh goodness! And MJF came to a solution that there will be a Pillars tournament, and whoever wins the Pillars tournament gets to challenge MJF for the AEW World Title at Double or Nothing on Sunday, May 27th. So, since there's only 3 competitors, how can you have a tournament? Well, MJF explained it. There's going to be a one-on-one tournament round for the main event of the show, and one of the 3 competitors gets a first round bye. That's where the tech guy comes in with a hat with their names to draw out the name from the hat. And Darby Allin got the first round bye.
Okay, so basically, since it's a 3-man tournament, it just became, okay, which of these 3 guys gets to skip the round and face the winner of the other 2?
Yeah, pretty much.
That doesn't make any sense. Just have it a 3-way dance.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Just have it a 3-way dance. Have a triple
this
threat
did
match.
not need to be complicated. A triple threat match would have been serviceable as a main event instead of this tournament that they're setting up. Like, come on, you're putting a hat on a hat.
It's a gimmick on a gimmick. It didn't make any sense over here. Oh yeah, and Bunda is continuing to dunk on MJF, saying that MJF, you mean the guy who's not as good as Dominic Mysterio? Dang.
You're right. You're right. He's not as good as Dominic Mysterio.
For one
he's
thing,
better.
for one thing, actually, I will agree on one thing over here. Does MJF have a sexy muscle mommy who's also a women's champion?
No, because
then he automatically loses.
No, because he left his. No, actually, no. I don't want to touch on that story. That's too dark. No, his wife. No, his fiance left him. Juan, come on.
Oh, don't you mean like this was the fiance that left him after he had a date with a girl that he took to a dance and the car crashed, and then
you mean in high school?
Yeah, in high school or whatever. And he slid her into the driver's seat and he ran away.
Oh my god, that was so ridiculous. But anyway, and yes, Bunda, I do agree with you. 3-man tournament is absolutely stupid. This would have been fine if they made it a triple threat match.
It is ridiculous. Yeah, just simplify it. Just make it a 3-way dance. Triple threat. Like, okay, I'm just going to have each and every one of you guys square off, and whoever wins faces me. There. Easy.
I will give credit to Jack Perry. He actually got under Darby Allin's skin by saying the only reason you got into pro wrestling is because you couldn't make it as a skateboarder.
Ouch. Let me see here. Vicente was saying Darby Allin's nickname could be Jeff Hardy 2.0. It would be funny seeing that on-screen graphics, considering that actual Jeff Hardy's back. Yeah, well, there's one thing that Darby Allin has over Jeff Hardy besides youth. He's straight edge. Complete opposite of Jeff Hardy, who's a recovering addict.
Pretty much. And what did Bunda say?
Bunda was here saying that, by the way, there's reports that there's an AEW brand split coming up, which is also dumb.
Actually, no. The reports are true because AEW has another show that they're going to be launching Saturdays.
No, they have another show they're launching on Saturdays, but we don't know if there's going to be an actual brand split.
That's all speculation.
What's the point of a brand split for AEW when you already have another brand called Ring of Honor? Just split it that way!
They're idiots.
But he can't even freaking backdoor a Ring of Honor TV show. God almighty, this guy. Whatever.
I know. It's okay.
Khan's an idiot. He's a coked out
He is an idiot.
Was this match inspired by The Complicated, says Jed Pierce?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it ought to be because it's over gimmicking the gimmick. It over complicates a freaking situation. It's like, okay, there's 3 of you guys. You each stake claim as being the best. I'm the champion. I say you 3 slug it out all at once, and whoever survives gets to challenge me. That makes logical sense, and I'm sure MJF was probably screaming to high heaven, why don't I just have them do a 3-way match? But Tony Khan, the coked out dweeb that he is still trying to make people think that this is some sort of sports-based presentation. You remember that? Do you remember sports-based presentation? with a win-loss record that mattered.
I think that.
Do you remember that?
No, Juan.
Do you remember?
No, Juan.
Do you remember?
Juan, stop saying that.
I remember.
Shut up.
And I will never let him forget it.
Yeah, that sports-based wrestling concept.
Sports-based presentation.
Sports-based presentation came and left, buddy.
Yeah. It came and left the moment the freaking Elite decided to flex their freaking executive muscles.
Pretty
What
much.
the fuck do I know?
All right, now let's get to the exciting match of the night, and it is a women's tag team match, playa.
Holla holla.
The team of the AEW Women's World Champion, Jamie Hayter, and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Ruby Soho and Toni Storm representing the Outcasts, accompanied by Saraya.
All right. So, this literally has the making of All-Star women's wrestling. Tell me how it went.
Okay.
Tell us about it.
Well-
'Cause you're like, okay, Toni Storm, Ruby Soho, those ladies are top-tier wrestlers. Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker, they're top-tier wrestlers. Saraya, she's a heat magnet when she wants to be a freaking heel. Oh, the song complicated is what you said, Jen. Ha, okay, I get it. Yeah.
Anyways, so no, this was a fun women's tag match. Very rarely do AEW showcase the women, very well. Actually, no, I have to say this right now. The only time they ever showcase them as megastars is if Dr. Britt Baker's involved or someone else on the level of Dr. Britt Baker.
Which is kind of messed up because, truthfully, Britt Baker, she's not she's great, but she's not the top tier hot shit. But
she's a star of AEW All Access.
Oh, Vicente. MJF is such a okay, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to the finish there in a minute.
We'll get to there. Yeah, we'll get to that. All right.
No spoilers.
Jamie Hayter did take a lot of offense from the Outcast. She even got herself kayfabe injured during the match. And then when she tagged in Dr. Britt Baker, the fans came unglued. After all, she is their hometown hero.
Yay! Yeah, everybody cheer. She's the
Yes, indeed. She also absorbed a lot of offense from Toni Storm. Toni Storm hitting a German suplex and also hitting her Storm Zero finishing move, only for Dr. Britt Baker to get a 2 count. And then Dr. Britt Baker hit her comeback, and then just wailed all over the place. Knocked down Ruby Soho, knocked down Toni Storm, knocked out Saraya, who was trying to interfere from ringside.
Nice. Great balls of fire on her end.
After Ruby Soho kicked out of a 2 count, Dr. Britt Baker was able to roll it over and lock in her finishing move, the lockjaw.
Nice.
And as soon as she locks in, Ruby Soho was forced to tap out. Your winners, Jamie Hayter and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Very nice. All right, so Hometown Hero gets a victory over here. Jen Pearson was saying, sorry about the one-liners. It's been a rough couple of weeks. Jen, you are okay.
You're fine.
Don't you worry about it. We're not going to knock on anyone.
You good, my friend. You good. We good.
We is all's good in the neighborhood.
Now, you're going to think I'm going to be crazy when I say this one, but the best segment actually came from the Elite.
And this is where I shut off the camera, folks.
Nope, let me explain. So
you get 3 minutes.
The only
You know what? Screw it. I'm going to start a freaking timer over here.
Oh my God.
Shut up.
So petty.
3-minute timer.
Jeez, man.
No,
you and your meaningless personal beef with them, man. Jeez.
They're idiots. They're a pack of freaking egotistical douches. All right, 3 minutes starting now.
Kenny Omega was the only one in the Elite who actually got a chance to talk. Thank you for the super chat for $20, Shelly Fitzgerald.
Yo, 20!
Happy Thursday.
Oh my God, happy Thursday to you.
Sorry, I'm on the clock. Juan's timing me. Kenny Omega got on the mic. Surprisingly, he did not go phone sex in his verbiage. He actually spoke like an actual man. He called out the Blackpool Combat Club to squash the beef. But then Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, appeared on the Titantron, and it looked like he was going to trash talk the Elite, but he distracted them long enough for the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli, Real Yuta, and Jon Moxley to come into the ring and ambush the Elite, and it became a gang beatdown. What's he?
You mean Pier 6 Brawl?
A Pier 6 Brawl.
Pier 6 Brawl! Pier 6 Brawl! Pier 6 Brawl! Pier 6 Brawl!
What made it funny was that Don Callis was going to run to the ring with a steel chair to help out the Elite, and then Bryan Danielson looked at him and he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then
wait, who was trying to help?
Don Callis.
Don Callis, that mushroom-headed idiot?
But then Don Callis ran back into the locker room with the chair like, I don't want any of this.
Wait, who's shooting back in?
Bryan Danielson.
Wait, didn't this happen before?
What do you mean?
Deja vu. This happened before.
I don't
Don
remember.
I do remember. There was a freak thing years ago. D-Bry was also involved, and Don Callis was trying to get him, and freaking Daniel Bryan was actually trying to tell him to get back, and Don Callis runs away like a little bitch. I remember.
Okay, well, instead of Don Callis, we got Konosuke Takeshita, a man who wrestled Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega in the past. He came down to the ring and helped the Elite even the odds against the Blackpool Combat Club. And the segment ends with the Elite, Konosuke Takeshita, and Don Callis celebrating in joy. Yay, they got the upper hand against the bad guys.
Okay. You did it with a minute and 5 seconds to spare, Jose.
There.
Okay.
This was actually good shit, because
You had me until Takeshita saved them.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Jen saying I needed a blankie and a pacifier.
All right.
Wait, there's a blankie over here. Can you grab me that blankie?
You're such a child, Ron.
I'm cold.
Yeah, I know you're cold. You want to know how I know?
How?
Because we're connected.
That's an Iron Man 3 joke for you folks.
Anyways, let me get Juan's stupid blanket. Give me a second.
Let me see. Vicente
God,
in the
you're
chat.
stupid.
Vicente in the chat. Nice to see Britt and Jamie get in lots of offense. Sorry to see Ruby Soho lose, but hey, someone has to. Only bad watching was with a non-wrestling fan who laughed about how fake it looked. Thank you for the blankie.
Shut up. All right. Kenny Omega actually spoke well. He didn't do his usual gestures. He actually was serious. Who would have thought, right?
So he actually spoke forcefully. He actually spoke like a wrestler, not like a phone sex operator.
No, he actually spoke.
A performing artist.
He actually spoke like a man.
Professional artist and all of professional wrestling.
He actually spoke.
Willies in
Juan,
your ear hole.
you know what, Juan? You can go suck it,
Dirty
Juan.
ASMR sessions with Kenny Olivier.
Idiot.
Boonda hating on Iron Man 3. Boy, please.
Anyway.
We got Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow that sucks worse than that movie. You got no room to talk, buddy.
You know what both movies have in common?
What?
They both had Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, the lady with the vagina candle.
Anyways, like I said, great segment, great beatdown angle, and good save by Takeshita.
Okay.
All right,
I'll
now
disagree because it was fine until the Elite were saved and weren't pummeled and maimed within an inch of their lives. But beggars can't be choosers.
Oh my God, Juan! Jeez.
You see, I can hate just as hard as Buddha. I just choose not to unless it's for stupid things.
All right, let's get to the match of the night. And this match is for the AEW TNT title as Powerhouse Will Hobbs, accompanied by QT Marshall and Harley Cameron, defends the title against Wardlow, who is now accompanied, I kid you not, by former WCW television and tag team champion Arn Anderson of the Four Horsemen.
Okay, was Arn Anderson just bored? Was he just hanging around backstage? Does he at least have his handgun in a lockbox at least?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I'm going to get to that in a bit. Here's the thing.
Is he still a coach?
Apparently, AEW feels that Wardlow needs a mouthpiece to someone to talk for him, but nobody else was available except Arn Anderson, who's not doing much these days. He's not managing Cody Rhodes because he's over in the WWE now, and it wouldn't make sense for him to manage Dustin Rhodes. And where the hell is his son, Brock Anderson?
Who cares?
Anyways.
Yeah, no, we got the enforcer, Arn Anderson, up in this bish.
Okay, anyways. So
I kind of guess it makes sense, big guy Wardlow with former big guy Arn Anderson in his corner.
Yeah. So this match was not bad. This match was actually pretty good. Two big guys doing big guy things. It was awesome. I liked it. Oh, yes, Boonda, that is correct. Arn Anderson and Sid Vicious got into a real life fight in the early 90s. And Arn Anderson started the fight. Sid Vicious finished it. And he was kicked out of WCW for that. And that was before he made the jump to WWF.
When he became Psycho Sid?
When he became Psycho Sid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about that. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. But since then, they were able to bury the hatchet, so.
Hey, sorry we tried to kill each other. We were young and hot-headed and whatever, Hey, it's a business,
And they both carved out great careers. Arn Anderson, I already told you that he's currently working in AEW, and Psycho Sid became a multi-time WCW and WWF champion.
Yep, and he gave us one of the most famous, horrible squick botches of all time.
Which one was that?
The leg split. You forgot, didn't you? You honestly forgot. Wait, who did he have that match against?
It was a fatal 4-way match at WCW's Sin in 2001 in January.
Oh no! Oh!
It featured Road Warrior Animal, Scott Steiner, and I forgot who the other competitor was.
Oh my God! Sid Vicious couldn't get a break. Well, his leg could. In half!
Oh, man. But getting
also,
back...
Vicente was saying, yeah, Shelly, it can totally ruin the mood. I was thinking, dude, shut the fuck up. I've been watching wrestling since 1988. Yeah, see? Like, some a-hole saying, oh, it's all fake. Like, shut up, man.
That's fine. Anyways, so during the match, Harley Cameron got onto the ring apron and she tried to distract Wardlow, and then both her and Arn Anderson had a back and forth trash talk, which distracted the referee long enough for QT Marshall to sneak in and hit DDP's finishing move, the Diamond Cutter, to knock down Wardlow. But Wardlow was able to kick out after 2 when the referee turned around.
You gotta be kidding.
Yes, and I'm not kidding. And then Arn Anderson got into the ring, and that's when things got physical in a silly way.
Physical.
He actually scared. I kid you not. Follow along when I say this. Arn Anderson was able to scare off QT Marshall, pulling out from his pocket. He hand gestured a Glock and pointed right at QT Marshall, and QT Marshall ran away.
What the hell? He ran away because Arn Anderson gave a finger gun? It's like, hey, if you try anything, I'll just straight up murder you. What the fuck?
QT Marshall was backing up at the Titantron, but then he was ambushed from behind by Penta El Cero, one half of the Lucha Brothers, who threw QT Marshall back in the ring, and Arn Anderson flattened out QT Marshall with a DDT.
Ah, well, okay, I guess that's a way of evening the odds.
I would have preferred a double-A spine buster, but I'll take what I can get.
Yeah, no, but like really, it wasn't even a real gun.
It
was just his open hand.
was just his open.
What in the world were you thinking?
Wardlow
was Arn wearing a jacket or a vest or something?
He was wearing his fitness like a jacket and a track jacket.
What he reached in underneath.
He reached in his pocket and did the thing.
He reached in his pocket for an empty gun. Oh my God! Arn Anderson threatened him with the power of 4Kids censoring.
In the end,
oh my God, that's so
I'm trying to call the match.
Yeah, Jen, you're right. Wow, he gave him the finger.
Oh God. Wardlow was able to put away Will Hobbs with the Powerbomb Symphony to secure his victory. Your winner and new AEW TNT champion, Wardlow.
Very nice. Okay. How is it that this match, okay, I'm laughing my dick off over how we're talking about the match and how ridiculous it is. But was the match itself really that middling?
It would have been okay if there wasn't any outside ridiculousness from QT Marshall and Harley Cameron. I'm sorry. The QTV stuff they're doing really does not help at all. And Will Hobbs, he was not presented strongly as TNT champion. He only had the belt for 3 weeks before dropping it to Wardlow.
What do you want me to tell you? It's a mid-card belt.
Yeah,
they're giving it mid-card treatment.
Yeah, I know, but they really buried Will Hobbs, man, making him into a transitional champion instead.
Wait, wasn't Wardlow originally champion? Who was TNT champion earlier?
Wardlow.
So they just swapped it back.
They swapped it back. They're playing
grief.
hot potato.
Okay, I don't get it.
And then after the match, Christian Cage came down to the ring, and he was accompanied.
Christian, where the fuck have you been?
He was back. He hasn't been seen since AEW Revolution, where he lost a buried alive match against Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
So what? He dug himself out from the grave?
No, Luchasaurus dug him out of the grave. And Luchasaurus came back with a new look, and damn, he looks like a straight up, he's more monstrous than before. And it looks like they're setting up a program between Wardlow versus Luchasaurus for the TNT title.
Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense. ish.
I didn't like the
If you
match
squint at it,
I didn't like
if you
the
look
match
hard enough?
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't like the match for multiple reasons. Number one, I think they have pretty much dissolved all prestige with the TNT title by making it go back and forth like a hot potato, and the champion's doing diddly with it. Number two, they buried the hell out of Will Hobbs by not presenting him strongly as the champion. This is the guy who won the Face of the Revolution ladder match, who beat Wardlow at Revolution, and then this happens.
What do you want for these people? It's all being run by one idiot who's a coked out dweeb. In the chat, Boonda was saying Arm Anderson's career was a mid-carder attached to Ric Flair's ass, and Sid was pretty good, just never reached that mega level. And then he gave us the wow with the
Glock.
With the Vicente Guerrero, Sid with the scissor attack and power bombing flying Brian Pillman at War Games to the point that Brian hit his head on the cage. Didn't remember the second power bomb.
Yes.
Sid lived up to his last name, Vicious. And apparently, Arn Anderson did the gun finger point a few times before, too. He did that with one of the Renegade twins, and she ran off rather than kept interfering.
That is true. Arn Anderson also did the Glock thing when he was cutting a fiery promo with Cody Rhodes, urging Cody Rhodes.
No, he pulled a freaking gun out.
He pulled a freaking gun at him.
He pulled it out. He's like,
he was,
I will shoot you! No,
he was urging Cody Rhodes to get revenge on Malachi Black during the time when Cody was feuding with Malachi Black in AEW before his departure in 2022. This was during the time when Cody Rhodes fell into the trap of being a gatekeeper at the end of his run.
And what can you say at that point? Like, it's still weird that they're employing Arn Anderson, but this is all because Tony Khan wants to collect pro wrestlers as a toy collection because he can't get laid properly.
Also, AEW feels that Wardlow can't get over on his own.
I doubt that that's really the case. I mean, Wardlow's got skill. He's got a massive amount of power behind him. He's got an incredibly impressive physique. He can get over on his own.
But can he talk?
He was able to talk while he was running a freaking forklift. And
the forklift
destroyed the goddamn car that belonged to what's his face to Powerhouse Hobbs.
With the forklift not stopping, it was still going.
He just let it run away from him because good God.
All right, now let's get to the bad segment of the night, and this should be hard to screw up, but somehow AEW did it. A one-on-one confrontation between Chris Jericho and Adam Cole, baby.
Hilarious. All
right. On paper, this sounds awesome. Two amazing, entertaining professional wrestlers from different eras for the first time ever meeting face to face. You could not screw this up. It is impossible to screw this up.
And then Jericho came in and said, "Hold my bubbly. I invented bubbly.
God,
I invented, baby.
All right.
I invented.
All right. So before I crap on this segment, let me actually talk about it. So both these guys go back and forth and they're talking. Adam Cole shook hands with Chris Jericho, admitted that he respects him. Chris Jericho, being the sniveling heel that he is, admits that he doesn't respect Adam Cole because he thinks Adam Cole is a selfish son of a bitch. Have you looked in the mirror lately, Le Champion? And then Adam Cole got on the mic and basically said, like, hey, so who is Chris Jericho at the end? Is he the demo god, or is he this guy with so many insecurities, trying to hold on to things that's socially relevant? You still have your lackeys of the Jericho Appreciation Society with you. No.
If Chris Jericho is a goddamn vampire, Chris Jericho has become a freaking bloodsucker. He's sucking the life, relevance, and staying power of everyone he tries to surround himself with because he knows that he doesn't have what it takes to hang on his own merits by himself. So from day one, since he started in AEW, he's had a faction. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
He started day one, Inner Circle, right?
On Dynamite, yes.
Yep. And then from there, he created the JOS over here, the Jericho Appreciation Society. No, we don't need that. If you can't hang on your own anymore, Jericho, then you can't hang.
Pretty much.
At least Adam Cole, baby, can claim that he can hang because he doesn't need a faction.
No, he doesn't. Then Jericho urged Adam Cole to get out of the ring. Adam Cole refused, and both of these guys got into a back and forth fight with Adam Cole getting the upper hand until the rest of the Jericho Appreciation Society came down to the ring. Well, not the rest of them, just Daniel Garcia.
Who?
The Dragon Slayer.
Who?
Oh wait, hang on a minute. We got a
Buddha
99
dropped the 99
cent
super sticker. The shocked face.
Thank you, Boonda. I appreciate that.
Exactly.
So Daniel Garcia came down. It became a 2-on-1 beatdown until Dr. Britt Baker ran down to the ring to save her boyfriend and slapped Jericho in the face. The fans of Pittsburgh loved it, but then she was attacked from behind by the Outcasts, Saraya, Ruby Soho, and Toni Storm, getting some retribution from their tag match earlier. And then, I wish I got a picture of this, but I didn't because I'm trying to spare as less annoyance as possible with the stupidity of this. So I want you to follow along with me. And you can look it up on your own, Juan, and you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Real quick, Jen Pearson said, so what I hear you say is that they suck. Not necessarily just Jericho sucks. And anyone else that he surrounds himself with has the life sucked out of them by him.
Yeah.
They're the suckies. He is the sucker.
Yeah. So, here's what happened. Daniel Garcia handcuffs, I say in quotations, Adam Cole to the bottom ring rope. When I saw the way they did it, it looked like Adam Cole was purposefully grabbing the ring rope, and it didn't look like he was handcuffed at all. I think that Daniel Garcia and Chris Jericho may have screwed that up, and Adam Cole had to sell being handcuffed to the bottom rope.
Excuse me?
Like I said, you'd have to look up their clip on YouTube, and you'll have to find that bit. You can't find screenshots. Good luck with that.
Excuse me?
And then Jericho grabs a kendo stick, and Adam Cole's like saying, "Yeah, Jericho, go ahead, hit me in the head, do it, I dare you."
And then
Jericho
he did it, and then...
Nope. Jericho hands the kendo stick over to Saraya, and Saraya started whacking Dr. Britt Baker with these fake kendo stick shots. Like, it didn't look real. And, and Adam Cole's watching, all like, "No, stop this! Don't do this! Please stop!"
Ew.
And, that's where
I'm actually trying to find it, see if I can scroll
a little more further up ahead.
No, okay, so there's Jericho. Okay, I'm actually going
This isn't the handcuffing yet. Go up to after the girls. Yep, there.
Up.
There we
go. Good God. Okay, so yeah, there's
all right,
Saraya.
this is where they're going to start setting it up, so keep watching. You can't see it, folks, and I can't show it because...
I'm trying to pull it up.
All right. Look at how they
cuff.
did it. There it is.
There's that.
Yep. Daniel Garcia cuffs him. Now, what do you think?
No, it's cuffed.
Oh, so it's in.
Yeah,
it looked like it wasn't in, because look at the way it's holding it.
Okay. All right.
How could you explain it?
Okay, I'm actually going to have to do a thing here then. Give me a few moments over here, folks. I'm going to have to come up with a little bit of creative backstage work over here. Give me just a moment.
Okay. Do I have enough time to get a refill?
You have... I don't think you have enough time.
Okay, never mind.
Give me 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So, give me a second.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So how can you best explain this?
Okay.
The way
I'm going to scrub this back over here. This is what Jose is referring to. Take a look. If anyone's actually looking at this, you will see that Adam Cole Bebe is grabbing the rope, but the cuff is also around, threading over his wrist and under the rope. So it just looks like Adam Cole is stuck, just grabbing and holding onto the rope on his own, which was Jose's concern, but that's not actually what was going on. What was happening is that Daniel Garcia cuffed him to the rope with just one cuff, rather than having one cuff on the ring and the other cuff on his wrist.
Yeah, Daniel Garcia screwed up on that one. I guess they just called it audible to be like, hey, let's just continue on with the angle. And then they went on with the rest. Saraya beat down Britt Baker with the kendo stick, and the segment ends with the romantic couple of AEW All Access getting the crap beaten out of them in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
No. How dare they? Let me see. Mr. Geek Me Out. First time in a while. How's it going?
All right. What's he asking?
He's asking us, what do we think of the death of Butch from the Bushwhackers?
Oh man, that was a while ago. It really sucks. I wasn't like too big on the Bushwhackers from the 90s when we started watching wrestling, but it really does suck when a wrestling legend passes away. So
yeah, it is pretty damn sad. And Bunda was over here saying the kendo stick is so overused. I'm sick of it. He also says, Wancho, you're not supposed to be able to grab the rope if you're cuffed to it. You're right, but at the same time, like what they did is that instead of like, okay, you'd imagine one cuff is on the rope and the other cuff is like on your wrist or something, right? Why else would you have two cuffs? Or why else would they have a pair of handcuffs with a chain that long? But
Fair
what
enough.
they did instead was that they had Adam Cole grabbing the rope and then cuffing his hand to the rope on just the single cuff. So he's stuck. He can't let go of the rope from his fingers or something, because otherwise the tension of that would just make it tighter. Like, because I'm trying to make it make sense. I'm trying to square peg this stupid ass round hole.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
Am I making sense? Like, if you have,
let's not spend too much time.
Okay, so point is, it's stupid and I don't get it. Let's see here. Vicente, Adam Cole almost helping the guys cuff him is as bad as equal to Miss Elizabeth cuffing Hulk Hogan on Nitro and taking forever.
Oh my
Hogan
God.
lifted his wristband to help her out. Looked bad at any time.
Vicente's right. It looked like Adam Cole was helping them to cuff his hand, and that's what kind of killed it. And also, I think the angle of where the camera caught Adam Cole with him grabbing onto the rope, that didn't help, because it looked like from that angle that it was phony.
Yeah, it looked like he was like, no, I can't get away even though I'm holding the rope. Yeah, Vicente was saying, I want to see legitimate anger out of Adam Cole. Saraya could kendo Baker, kendo Britt and Baker Sandman style. Adam is pissed. And Jose, thank you, Tam, saying, I guess you're speaking from experience, Juan?
Juan, I don't need to know about
For the record, the things that I do with my wife and or our girlfriend or anyone else I'm dating is no one else's concern.
Good. Let's not bring it up.
Let me just put it this way. If there were cuffs involved, there wouldn't be a wrestling ring involved. Unless I could find a ring that I could rent, which I can't.
All right, let's stop right there.
Please. Okay.
All right, let's get to
We're trying to milk out as much as we can from a bad segment.
Let's get to the main event, which is the first round Pillars tournament to declare a number one contender for the AEW World title at Double or Nothing.
You mean the only round?
Yeah, I know, right? It's so stupid. Here we go.
And to be 100% Bunda, I appreciate the number. I don't have 7 girlfriends. I have 3, one of which I'm sharing with my wife. So in total, I have 4 different partners.
All right, that's wonderful. That's great. Let's move on.
Moving on.
So, Sammy Guevara versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry. This is the first time that they have clashed in AEW history. And we also have a couple of onlookers watching from backstage via WWE-produced TV angle is the AEW World Champion MJF.
What?
Yeah, he's over here cheering for his buddy because he made a deal with Sammy Guevara that if he pinned, Jungle Boy, that Sammy Guevara would accept a large check for a large amount of money that MJF is promising because they're best buddies now.
What?
It's so stupid.
Where did this come from?
It was during an earlier segment, but whatever.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
And then Jen was over here saying, going to have my own wrestling match with my dogs for the bed. Well, we hope you win.
We hope you win. And it wasn't just MJF, but taking a page off of Sting's book, watching from the rafters during the main event was Darby Allin.
What?
Because, he's one of the pillars. Of course he's got to watch the competition. This match was awesome, and there's a lot of cool spots during the main event. And in a surprising show of pure strength, Jungle Boy was able to hoist Sammy Guevara and powerbomb Sammy Guevara onto the corner of the ring apron.
Well, it's not really that hard. It's just unexpected coming from a tiny little Twinkie midget looking dude like Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
The Spanish.
Now, that's a midget wrestler. that we'll freaking look at right there.
I know. I mean, he's slightly tall. He's about as tall as Rey Mysterio.
Midget.
Okay, fine. How dare you call Rey Mysterio a midget?
I will call him a midget. No, worse. Since he's Hispanic, I'll call him an enano. Okay?
Wow.
Okay? That's how this shit works.
Bro, he's gonna 619 your ass.
I would be honored
All
to
right.
have him kick me in the face like that.
The Spanish God was able to get back on his feet. He missed the shooting star press, but he was able to hit a beautifully executed super kick to Jungle Boy before setting him up with a modified inverted DDT, only getting a 2 count.
Ouch.
Oh yeah. And then and Sammy Guevara had control for the rest of the match until later on, after both men were spent and running on empty in their gas tanks. What's his face? Jungle Boy was able to counter the GTH and locks in the snare trap, only for Sammy Guevara to break out of the submission hold. Sammy Guevara is the first wrestler to break free from the snare trap submission hold. No one has ever done it.
Good for him.
But then,
I'm sorry. You want me to actually yay woohoo for that? I mean, he's still a fuckboy. What do you want me to say?
Dude, you have your personal gripe.
Yes, I do. He's a
All
fuckboy.
right. But then this happened, and I swear to God, this feels like Botchamania worthy, where Jungle Boy is on the top of the turnbuckle, Sammy Guevara pushes him off the turnbuckle, and it looks like he's supposed to crash through the timekeeper's table, as they're showing here on the replay, but he just fell next to it, and that is
kind of tumbled over.
He tumbled over. That is such a botch. Botchamania will not will not forgive them, and they do not forget.
Well, you're not wrong about that, but that's not the worst part of it.
The worst part is the finish with with Sammy Guevara distracting the referee. The AEW World Champion MJF went down to the ring, and he used the Dynamite ring and clocked Jungle Boy and got him counted out by the referee. Your winner by countout and advancing in the Pillars tournament, the Spanish God Sammy Guevara. And here's the final shot of both boys, the best buddies, celebrating together.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, was everybody smoking some new strain of weed that I hadn't heard of?
It is.
I know that it's 420. We were supposed to have... Where are all your Matt Riddle and Rob Van Dam jokes, Jose?
Bro!
Dude!
Bro! Calm down.
Dude!
Listen, man.
No. I won't calm down. I regularly partake for freaking medicinal purposes because of my neuropathy, so I'm not going to calm down. You don't get to tell me to calm down at this ridiculousness.
Well, listen. It's okay, bro. We're reaching the end of the Dynamite review. Even though the finish was done dirty by MJF.
Look at this, too!
It's nice. It's safe to say that Sammy Guevara was the whole damn show.
I'm not even going to... There.
You asked for it.
Yeah, and you got exactly what I asked for. And yes, happy 420, everybody, for those who partake.
Yeah, happy 420. Yes, indeed.
For people who are fun and they're not squares or whatever. I'm messing with them. In the chat, Vicente Guerrero, the one match tournament LOL about as dumb sounding as the Terry Invitational, with only Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys. One match done a few times over. And saying Vicente Guerrero as Jungle Boy is small, sure, but his mic skills got better over the last 4-ish months.
And what did Bunda say?
Bunda's like, yeah, no, they didn't.
Oh!
Wow. And Vicente's like, they got at least a little better. A little.
Oh, man. All right. So before we get into this week's edition of Impact Wrestling, we are going to discuss the main event of Impact Rebellion, which happened this past Sunday in Toronto, Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Now,
it's really awesome stuff.
Yes, indeed. Now, what was originally scheduled was supposed to be a triple threat match for the Impact Knockouts World Championship, where Mickie James would defend her title against Jordynne Grace and La Virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo.
So this would have been a hell of a triple threat match. I would have no problem with it whatsoever. But if you notice the little the match card under the Knockouts World Championship says, if Mickie James is cleared.
If Mickie James is cleared. However, As covered last week on Wrestle Rewind, on the closing main event segment of last week's Impact of the Go Home show of Impact Wrestling, Mickie James made it very clear that her doctors would not clear her to compete. She was forced to vacate the Knockouts World Title, and the triple threat match became a one-on-one match for the vacant Knockouts World Championship. Jordynne Grace versus Deonna Purrazzo.
So this, of course, we expect high. We expect good things from these two women who are excellent caliber professional wrestlers. I don't care what anyone else says. Deonna Purrazzo has got so much skill, so much talent. Jordynne Grace, all my thirstiness aside with Jordynne Grace,
she has worked her ass off.
Yeah, Jordynne has become an incredible specimen for professional wrestling. Man, woman, in between, I don't give a damn what the gender is. She has become a freaking like a Rosetta Stone of how to translate taking your body and turning it into like a simulated combat weapon of mass destruction, which is what Jordynne Grace has become in the ring.
They're also former Impact Knockouts world champions themselves. But what's more important is that Deonna Purrazzo, up until the main event, Deonna Purrazzo has 2 victories. She's 2-0 over Jordynne Grace. So needless to say, Deonna Purrazzo has Jordynne Grace's number.
Ooh, snap.
And what we got in the main event for the Toronto crowd was 17 minutes of absolutely amazing wrestling between 2 female competitors. There was no outside dirty finish, no drama king Matthew Waywalt trying to defend her queen. None of that crap.
Try and defend Deonna or
trying to defend Deonna Purrazzo. None of that.
Yo, dude, Rainwald. What the fuck? Like, she's spoken for.
I know, but this was just straight up business between both these women. They wrestled in the ring. They also got a chance to wrestle at ringside. Deonna Purrazzo hit a beautiful moonsault, launching off the stage and splashing Deonna Purrazzo outside, like by the crowd. The fans loved it.
Nice.
And then they were able to take the action back into the ring. Deonna Purrazzo hit a beautifully executed like tilt-a-whirl armbar submission where she did like a head scissors takedown and transitioned into a Fujiwara armbar.
Nice.
I thought that was really cool. That was really awesome.
It's like a Black Widow move.
Yeah, kind of like a Black Widow move. Like Carmelo Hayes has done it, and yes, I'm going to credit him because he deserves it. The first iteration of Sin Cara did it.
Oh, Botch Kata.
Yeah, the original, the original seed. Yeah. And
Shelly over here saying that blonde looks cut. Jordynne Grace, you have no idea. Jordynne Grace came back just a few weeks ago from being in a professional bodybuilding competition. She is cut. She is harder than steel. I kid you not. And you gotta understand, she used to be a bit of a fluffy girl back in the day, but not anymore.
She got mad better.
She was thick mama pump all the way around. Now she's massive. She's so strong. Her numbers are so big.
She could literally break us in half.
And we would say, yes, ma'am, thank you, ma'am. May we have another, ma'am. And yet she's married to Short King Jonathan Gresham.
Yes.
He's a midget anyway.
Yeah. Jordynne Grace was able to power back, and she was able to counter the first attempt at the Queen's Gambit by Deonna Purrazzo. And she tried to hit Deonna Purrazzo with a muscle buster, but only got a 2 count. In the end, Deonna Purrazzo was able to secure the victory with the second Queen's Gambit to pin and win. Your winner, and now 3-time Impact Knockouts World Champion, La Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo.
Woo! Nice!
And after the match, both women shook hands in respect. There was no stupidness. They shook hands in respect.
Very nice.
With Deonna celebrating in the ring, Jordynne Grace leaving gracefully.
I saw what you did there.
Also, it's important to note that there are reports that Jordynne Grace is currently wrestling as a free agent. Like, her contract with Impact Wrestling expired in March of this year, and there's talks that she might be leaving Impact Wrestling.
What? No. Okay, there's only one freaking place she better go.
AEW.
She better, no, you know what? No, give me that. Give me that microphone.
Do you trust WWE?
Yes, I want some more than that freaking dope Tony Khan. That's what you get. That's what you get.
But Vince McMahon is back.
Yeah, he is, and it's freaking stupid.
And there's also a hiring freeze because of the joint venture with WWE.
Fuck's sake, get off of me. Oh, my Lord. Oh my lord.
WWE's in the middle of a
She better not go over to goddamn AEW. They're doing nothing with other women in terms of the division. Like, okay, we've got Jade Cargill,
feuding with Taya Valkyrie,
and we've got this feud going on with the Outcasts and Jamie Hayter and
Dr.
Britt Baker.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, okay, where's Jordan Grace going to come in? She would be an X factor, but then she'd be lost in the shuffle 3 weeks in. I guarantee it.
Maybe she'll feud with Jade Cargill for the TBS title. Maybe.
Yo, she is above
the goddamn TBS.
Or maybe they'll throw her in Ring of Honor so she could feud with Athena for the Ring of Honor or Women's World title.
You think that would work?
That's a possibility.
Oh my god! I just don't want. I
know you don't want to see her wasted.
I don't want to see her wasted by a coked out dweeb or an octogenarian douchebag with a midlife crisis he's been working through for the past 35 years that we're all witness to.
Well, who knows? Maybe they might.
Deonna Purrazzo's still an excellent champion, and I'm glad she won.
Well, who knows? They were able to re-sign Josh Alexander with a multi-year contract with Impact Wrestling. Maybe they might do the same thing for Jordan Grace.
Maybe, just maybe. In the chat, let me take a look over here. Vicente, RVD could be high as hell right now and still put on a 40-minute banger versus anyone. Bunda, all those Edge of Chris's versus Hardy Boys matches were fun. Hey, don't forget the Dudleys. The three of those teams brought together to make the TLC matches.
That is true.
Bunda over here saying he misses the Hulk Hogan days of Impact. Saint Nkata, as JR would say and not apologize for it. Yeah. JR would say, yeah, and he wouldn't apologize for it either. God dang it. And he said he always liked Angelina Love when she was in
Angelina Love. I'll have to do some research on her.
You don't. It is a Angelina Love. Let me just.
Uh-oh. I think Juan's about to school me on something.
This is all you need to know, Jose.
Okay, is it bad?
No, it's not bad. It's just it's very divas.
Okay, never mind then. Okay.
But I digress.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on. A great business they did. The pay-per-view is in the books. Great job for Impact Wrestling. Now let's go into the fallout. The night the show after Impact Wrestling. The show opens up with actually, you know what? I'm going to pull a page off of your book, Juan.
What do you mean?
Remember that time when you hosted my show and you did something
where I burnt the freaking Young Bucks shirt? Yeah, I loved it. Do we have another shirt I can burn?
No, but you did something else that was equally cool and less dangerous.
What's that?
I'm going to talk about not just the opening match, but the exciting match of the night. This is 2 for 1, and it is a 6-man tag match, player.
Holla, holla, holla.
The team of the Impact X Division champion, Trey Miguel, teaming with Jonathan Gresham and Speedball Mike Bailey versus Time Machine, Kushida, and the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley.
All right. Okay. This is what I like about Impact. We can crap on Impact of being like a third-tier promotion. No. When you start your programming for TV wrestling, you start off with as much hard-hitting, high-impact excitement, no pun intended, in the ring. And a 6-man tag match with probably one of the better teams in Time Machine against 3 guys who are all top contenders. Speedball, Mike Bailey. Didn't he just contend for the Impact World Championship?
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, exactly. Freaking Trey Miguel, the X Division champion. Say what you want about his character. He's excellent in the ring. And the Short King that I mentioned earlier, Jonathan Gresham, Jordan Grace's man.
Yeah, so that guy.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it going on.
All right. So this match took up over more than a half hour of the programming, and the fans loved it. It went through 3 commercial breaks. That's how invested Impact Wrestling was for these 6 competitors. And it's also an interesting dynamic because Trey Miguel is the heel, teaming up with 2 babyfaces to take on Time Machine. So,
ooh, nice.
Yeah, no, definitely. There was a little bit of bitching from the champion, but they were able to get along well. But I'm sorry, despite that wrinkle, despite this this type of awkward camaraderie, it cannot compare to the never-ending in-ring chemistry of Time Machine. One of the spots I liked was when Time Machine set up Chris Sabin to do a suicide dive to knock out Trey Miguel outside the ring. That was pretty awesome. And there was even a spot during the match where all members of Time Machine were able to hit their submission holds on each one of their opponents.
Very nice.
Let me hang on a minute. Alex Shelley locks in the Border City stretch on Mike Bailey. Chris Sabin locks in the single leg Boston Crab on Jonathan Gresham, and Kushida locks in the hoverboard arm lock on the X Division champion. Like simultaneous, like stereo submissions. It was so fun.
Yeah, surround sound submission. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's your Triple S rank. Surround sound submission.
I can dig that. I dig that very much. I dig it. That's cool. I'm sure they were all looking badass doing it. Did all three of the guys tap out at once?
No.
That would have been an awesome finish.
No, they didn't all tap out. In fact, Trey Miguel broke up the submission hold. But in the end, after a great bout, it was Time Machine that got the win. And you know what? They needed the win, especially Kushida, since Kushida lost to Steve Macklin for the vacant.
Right, it was Kushida I was thinking about. Crap. Yeah, Kushida was the one who had just got the championship match for the Impact World title with Steve Macklin.
That's right, and Steve Macklin won that match, but more on that later.
All right, so yeah, let's
great match, great in-ring chemistry from all six men. The fans of Toronto loves it.
Yeah, Canada.
Hells yeah, man. Canada has higher standards when it comes to wrestling.
It's true, and it thankfully Impact manages to meet those expectations.
Let me put it this way: 2.5 Canadian stars for wrestling grading in Canada is the equivalent of over 5 stars in the United States.
Nice. All right, let's get a move on.
All right, let's get to the exciting segment of the night. We finally hear.
Wait, no, you said that this was the exciting segment. My bad.
Segment.
Segment. Right.
It's okay. All right. We finally hear from the former NWA World Champion Nick Aldis. A little background on Nick Aldis. He is of English descent. He is the real-life husband of Mickie James, the aforementioned former Impact Knockouts World Champion. And he recently just signed with Impact Wrestling. He recently left NWA, a promotion that's being run by Billy Corgan, a former guy from the Smashing Pumpkins. Wrap that around your head.
Ew.
Yeah, I know, right? For a while, Nick Aldis was a free agent, and there was talks that WWE were trying to sign him. He might go to AEW, but then he ultimately chose Impact Wrestling.
Smart.
Oh, and another thing about Nick Aldis, he competed in the independent wrestling pay-per-view event All In, losing to Cody Rhodes. The original All In, dropping the NWA World title to Cody Rhodes.
How about that?
Yeah, before winning it back a month later.
Ha.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they needed it for the show.
Yeah. Tick Aldis was fired up, and he is basically, and in his promo, he made his intentions clear. He's coming after the Impact World title, and he's tired of, and he doesn't want Steve Macklin to duck and dodge him. He's coming right after the top spot.
Damn, son. He's not even 5 minutes in the company already. He's trying to bark orders at people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bunda and Nikki Bella having a freaking argument about who Canada loves more, Bret Hart or Hulk Hogan. Canada loves Bret Hart no matter what. Like, over here saying that they would love Hulk Hogan over Bret Hart is like saying that Canada loves Shawn Michaels over Bret Hart.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying they really popped for Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18 when he wrestled The Rock.
Well, that's because it's WrestleMania 18. That was the Icon vs. Icon match. I'm talking about who they would prefer overall.
Well, of course it's going to be Bret the Hitman Hart.
For Christ's
sake, man.
Oh, my Lord Almighty.
Oh, my God. Anyways, now let's get to the match of the night. And this was pretty much predictable. It's pretty much at the bottom of the card. It's a 2-on-1 handicap match. The team of the Good Hands versus Frankie. Josh Woods and some other guy versus Frankie Kazarian. And this was
something Skyler. I see Skyler on his back.
Something Skyler, John Skyler, and Josh and I forgot the other guy's name again. Jason Hotch. Jason Hotch and John Skyler. There we go. So this match was painfully predictable. It was more of an enhancement match to put over Frankie Kazarian because, of course, he's not going to lose to a bunch of nobodies.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just skip to the end. The winner is Frankie Kazarian. He beat the Jobbers. It's a jobber match. What do you want me to say? These guys were stooges for Bully Ray.
I'm just tickled how you don't even give me any sort of play-by-play on the match. He's like, screw it, whatever. I'm skipping to the end.
Because what's there to say? There's really they didn't even wrestle for that long.
Frankie Kazarian once. Oh my God, there's a cat fight in the chat. Woohoo! Between Bunda and Nikki Bella.
Oh man, I want to see Bunda and Vicente Guerrero get into a cat fight. Damn,
that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Speaking of Vicente, he said, I would pay to hear Billy Corgan angry shoot interview on Nick Aldis.
Oh.
God dang it. Oh, Buddha over here talking and saying the Impact Wrestling never books Madison Square Garden, so Bray Wyatt can't no-show that show. Ow, really?
Damn.
Ouch. Dude, come on.
Hang on a minute.
If you said that for the record, Josh, the Goods Woods is tons better in the ring than Jason Hotch.
That is true.
Yeah.
But that's not saying much.
That
being said, the only time I ever crap on Impact Wrestling is when I call them out and being the spiritual successor of ECW.
But that's... only because a bunch of old ECW
guys. That's only because of the EC. Yeah, but that's only because of the old ECW guys and
who
their attempt to try to keep the spirit alive with their hardcore matches. So,
good grief!
All right, now let's get to the bad segment of the night. Go ahead and show it.
What the hell is this? Found footage? Is this like the Blair Witch Project or something? What the hell?
No, Juancho, the Blair Witch Project would have been a lot more interesting than this. This is apparently at Impact Wrestling's Rebellion, Sami Callihan has turned on the design, and he cost them their match against the team of Joe Hendry, I forgot who, Dirty Dango, and I kid you not, Santino Marella, the director of Authority. And kudos to Santino. He was a little rusty, but he actually did do well in the ring after not being wrestling for over a decade. Hey, give credit where credit is due.
No.
Respect.
I don't want to.
Anyways,
I don't want
Sami Callihan got on the Sami Callihan got on the video and he said that he plays the long game. This was a long-term plan for him to eventually turn on the design. He was never going to fully join them.
What? Dude, you shaved your head for these guys.
Oh.
You made yourself their running man and their punk errand boy for the design. What? Ladies and gentlemen, the king of deathmatch wrestling, freaking Sami Callihan. Goddamn.
Yeah, I know. In this whole feud with Violent by Design to the design, we went from bloody Sami Callihan grabbing Eric Young by the balls in a bloody wrestling match to them killing Eric Young to them adopting Sami Callihan as their latest disciple for Sami Callihan to only turn on the design. I don't get it, man.
I do not understand it.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Pierce Jen in the chat, you're saying the face looks like he said they did what?
I know, right? It was so horrible. All right, but you know what?
Let me see here in the chat. After that, it was like, Sam Kinninson. That's who that looks like.
Thank you,
Buddha. Said that says, LOL, I knew Jose and Juan would say Sami Callihan's segment was the worst. And next up, Juan tells the chat he loves Young Bucks matches. Oh, wait. Vicente was serious. I hope you weren't listening in earbuds.
All right.
That would hurt my ears.
No, you're fine. All right. Now let's get to the main event segment. And this is the official changing of the guard celebration for the newly crowned Impact World Champion, Steve Maclin.
So yeah, in the Impact Rebellion, Steve Maclin faced off against Kushida for the Impact World Heavyweight Championship, since Josh Alexander was forced to vacate the championship due to him being
tricep injury. Torn triceps. Yeah.
Yep. So he is an undefeated, uncrowned champion, and now Steve Maclin, who's had this weird storyline where he was like freaking, what do you call it? Like oh, I'm stalking Josh Alexander from behind the scenes. I've been watching him all this time. Blah.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Why? I don't get it. That didn't make sense.
All right, so in this celebration, we got everything. He came in with security guards. They were dressed up as U.S. Soldiers. Like, they had tank tops and camo pants. They had the American flag waved around in Canada, so you know the Canadians hated it.
Oh, no.
Oh.
He was being Sergeant Slaughter in the middle of Toronto when they needed Dudley Do-Right.
Thank you for that.
Wait, they kind of got Dudley Do-Right because the president of Impact Wrestling, Scott D'Amore, showed up in this.
Oh, yeah, during the segment, Steve Macklin was
go on.
trying to call out any brave Canadian who wanted to step up and challenge him. And then, yeah, Scott D'Amore came down to the ring, and these two had a back-and-forth talk segment, like a trash talking with these guys. Like, Scott D'Amore got on the mic, and yeah, he basically just called out Steve Macklin's shit, calling out Steve Macklin for dodging Nick Aldis from since Rebellion, not giving him a shot.
What do you mean giving him a shot? He just became Impact World Champion. What shot?
I don't know.
What does Nick Aldis have to do? Okay, we get it. Nick Aldis showed up.
Nick Aldis showed up right after Macklin won the title.
Okay, he showed up right after what? At the end of Rebellion?
At the end of their match in Rebellion. Yes.
That's what I meant.
Yes.
Okay, so he showed up at the end of at the end of Rebellion, saying, "Hey, I'm coming for the Impact World Title, and I'm coming for you, Steve Macklin." Like, they just only had this freaking showdown a week ago. Like, not even just this past Sunday. So when did he have time to duck him? He's doing his celebratory victory lap over here. What ducking?
I don't know.
What ducking?
So Scott D'Amore continues
he's
on.
acting as if Nick Aldis has been around for 3 months or something.
I don't know anymore, man.
Come on, Scotty.
You got to do better than that, man. You're
Scotty,
the president.
And yeah, come on. Like, we like the fact that you're gung-ho Canada, maple syrup galore, friggin' only one road, animal husbandry things. But
By
whatever.
the way, fun fact about Scott D'Amore, he actually wrestled for ECW back in the 90s.
That's not that hard to do. I mean, do I have to talk about mass transit?
That's bad, Juan.
Yeah, I went
that's
there.
low, even for you.
I went there.
You didn't have to go there. You have no shame.
I have no shame. You're right about that. Let's continue.
Anyway, Scott D'Amore did say that there will be a brave Canadian to challenge Steve Macklin for the Impact World title at their upcoming pay-per-view event, Under Siege. And the brave
Wasn't that a Steven Seagal movie?
It is. and the brave Canadian is none other than
Okay, folks, you're about to shit a chicken. Get your hen farms ready, because I didn't want to believe it when I saw it too.
the number one contender to the Impact World title at Under Siege is PCO.
In the famous words of Jose's tweeter friend, the influencer Brian Zane, and I quote,
I don't know. Do you want to rant about this one?
what in the actual... You know what? Screw you. Move. You want me to
Okay,
rant?
hang on.
You want me to rant?
It's time for Juan to rant.
On camera. Yeah. Okay. Hi, folks. Jose, you could grab the microphone over here. You don't have to sit on my... You get a refill. Get refill this. Concha de la madre. Okay. Number one. We're going to establish this right here and now. There is... You know what? I'm distracted by my blankie Jose gave me earlier. I don't need a blankie for this one. We are not trying to diminish, dissolve, or diminuate, or defame, or defile anything involving the actual wrestler Pierre Ouellette. He's an excellent wrestler. He's got tons of years under his belt in many different wrestling promotions. He's clearly got the guts. He's clearly got the wrestling acumen to stick around for as long as he has. Now, this is what we call a compliment sandwich, folks, because I'm about to get into the meat of the sandwich. If anyone doesn't know what a compliment sandwich is, you have a compliment, then a scathing, spicy insult, followed by the other compliment. The compliments are the bread. and the insult is the meat of the sandwich. Here comes the meat, and I hope you're all well and like delicatessen, like special oil and vinegar sauce ready for this one.
Be like Snoop Dogg and drop it like it's hot.
What the actual fuck? For months upon months upon months, PCO has been, while dominant, while frightening, while very physically intimidating, been booked like a freaking moron. He's been ganking and gooking at the freaking camera week in and week out for months on end since the disbanding of the Honor No More faction that he was a part of. It doesn't make any fucking sense in terms of a storyline for PCO to be the number one contender, except for the fact that he's Canadian. The whole thing of this stemmed around, what's his face? The champion, fucking Steve Macklin, fucking saying like, "Oh hey, I challenge any Canadian to step up to me," and Scott D'Amore saying like, "I would love to trade in my suit for a singlet, but I've got the perfect Canadian to step up against you. That's the perfect Creation 1 PCO." Like, okay, we get it. He's French Canadian. That's like saying you're an Oklahoman, okay? We don't really acknowledge anybody from Oklahoma who isn't Jim Ross. And Jim Ross is the only exception. PCO is the only French Canadian that we acknowledge. We don't acknowledge French Canada for anything else, all right? And that's including freaking Montreal, Quebec, except for that's a place, not a person. I'm getting derailed by my own ranting. I'm going to continue on. PCO has been in what can best be described as a comedy feud with, what's his nuts?
Eddie Edwards.
Yeah, exactly.
And they finished up their feud in their last rights match
at Rebellion. And what, Eddie Edwards is like, what, was he buried alive in a freaking box somewhere? Or something. I don't freaking know. Wasn't that what happened? That
is exactly what happened.
Like, it was a buried line match, and then Eddie Edwards
PCO buried him and moved on.
And now he's dead. And that's it. Okay, I get it. What's next for PCO? Put him in the main event picture with freaking Steve Macklin, with a freaking unit like Nick Aldis making his way in to Impact from the NWA. Yeah, the NWA is about as relevant as freaking Telegram is these days. But the point is, Nick Aldis has a much higher, much more prescient pedigree in terms of professional wrestling than PCO. PCO has got experience, but he doesn't have a lot of accolades, a lot of accomplishments in terms of professional wrestling championships or long-standing title runs or memorable matches under his belt. Nick Aldis at least has a little bit of that kind of cred. But it doesn't make any sense other than, he's Canadian. Are we going to change him from Perfect Creation 1 to Perfect Canadian 1? Is he going to go Dudley Do-Right on our asses? Is he going to be charging in on a moose? Oh, God, what if he rides on top of Moose's shoulders? Crap! No! Don't listen to those ideas! That was a stupid idea! Crap! Son of a... Take your phone and say...
Good job, Juan. Good job.
Now the other end of the compliment sandwich is... That being said, if one were to take out the stupidity and the goofy gookiness with PCO's presentation, if you were to strictly look at wins and losses, which allegedly matter in professional wrestling, which in truth they really don't, I have not seen PCO lose in any significant match in a very long time. So the argument could technically be made that he is a top contender for the Impact World Championship, quote unquote. That's why I'm finger air quoting as hard as I can. So if you want to get technical and split the hairs and read the fine print with a magnifying fucking glass, then maybe you can make that fit. And if it works for you, then more power to you. For me and for Jose, when we were watching the presentation of this segment, literally an hour and a half ago, we both lost our shit. I ran into my room. screaming my head off. K-Storm thought, oh my God, is something wrong? Oh, it's pro wrestling related. Is anything in the house broken or on fire or anybody hurt? No. Okay, then never mind. I don't care.
Yeah, I basically went, nope, not doing this. Just shut off Impact Wrestling and
Nope.
went ready.
That was it. That was literally it. Okay, you done? Am I done?
Yes.
Okay, I'm done. Jose, come take the show back.
All right. Now that Juan gave his nice rant, I'm only going to say this. Like, yes, I agree with Juan. PCO is great, but this is a main event world title picture in 2023. Like, as great of a wrestler as PCO is, the window of opportunity to take him seriously as a main event contender has long passed.
That window came and went forever ago. It's just.
Also, I don't know if that's like a good choice. Like for your new champion to start like his first title defense is PCO. Like, I'm sorry, you have another brave Canadian by the name of Speedball Mike Bailey, who had one of the greatest matches in Impact history against Josh Alexander for the world title. He was available, you know.
Did they forget that Speedball is Canadian? Why not? Oh my God, whatever. I guess Speedball would be next if PCO doesn't beat Steve Macklin.
That's a possibility. I would definitely see that.
Like what? Scott D'Amore throwing whatever Canadian he can. Okay, maybe raw power isn't enough. How about I throw you the fastest hands, the best martial artist, Speedball Mike? Why not just lead with the Speedball?
Team Canada versus Team USA. Oh God!
Listen. Guys, look, I like Kim. I don't want her to think that we're starting World War III in pro wrestling by having America versus Canada. What the actual hell? Kim, by Canadian law, is going to have to stand up for her country and stand for the Great Maple Leaf and take up arms against us. And she's such a sweetheart. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
That Kim will eat us alive.
That is
It's Kim will demolish us, and quite frankly, I have too much to live for. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want that kind of smoke. No, thank you. I choose life.
It's okay.
In the chat, let me take a look. Vicente, Scott D'Amore wrestled in ECW? Well, looks like my joke about Scott living in ECW Canada while pushing Bully Ray was not really a joke. Who else knew? PCO is great, but not number one contender. But number one contender after the joke feud with Eddie Edwards, way off.
Yeah.
Jen Pearson saying, "Aw, you look cute like Cookie Monster when you ran, Juan."
Juan the Cookie.
Nom 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 nom.
Saying, PCO has beef with Kevin Nash, so F him. And Jen, no, he doesn't. Apparently, I do. They only matter to AEW marks. The wins and losses. By the way, what did Jose get to drink to begin with? Did he get some milk? Oh, root beer. Okay, Jose had root beer. And yeah, the BWO, the Blue World Order.
What does the Blue World Order have anything to do with PCO?
Nothing!
All right. So this pretty much... yeah. Let's go ahead and finish up. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
So Impact Wrestling was a great show. They had a great...
Except for that weird finish!
Yeah. The main event finish aside, with PCO notwithstanding, the opening six-man tag match was gangbusters between Time Machine, Mike Bailey, Josh Gresham, and Trey Miguel. Each of the six participants got a chance to shine during the opening match. We also had some good matches in between, save for the handicap match against Frankie Kazarian, which was predictable. Joe Hendry had a good enhancement match defending his digital media championship.
Man, he defended against some dude who was on Big Brother in Canada.
Yeah, that was good.
So does that qualify him as digital media because he was on a TV show?
I guess.
On a reality show? Does that count?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, Buddha over here saying, Bret Hart is best known by the Montreal Screwjob, and Hulk Hogan is best known in Canada for his Skydome matches. Not necessarily.
So anyways, and yeah, they also had segments in between. The Nick Aldis segment, his message was well delivered, straightforward, straight to the point. Other segments of the show I could do without. The Sami Callihan video, like, okay, buddy, so you joined just to turn on them in the long game? Whatever, man. I think they neutered the death machine the moment he shaved his head and joined the cult. Oh, man.
Yep.
But I don't know. Let's see if they can revive the hardcore magic of Sami Callihan. This week's AEW Dynamite, the opening segment was pretty standard until MJF made it interesting, and even that didn't happen because they put a hat, they over gimmicked the gimmick with the whole pillars crap, and I'm getting sick and tired of them using the word pillars a lot on AEW.
There's the 4 pillars. There's the pillars.
They also
Pillars?
Shut up.
Pillars?
All right, here and Jay White had a good debut match against Commander, the luchador who just signed with AEW. And Jay White, his first AEW wrestling match, that was actually pretty good. Of course, the best match was the women's tag match because hey man, give the women some time to shine too. I mean, I know Britt Baker is the only reason to justify it, but still, that was pretty fun. And Kenny Omega, yeah man, broken clock. Blind squirrels and all that. He actually cut a great promo without any of his elite goofiness, and they had a good post-match brawl with the Blackpool Combat Club. So that was nice. I didn't like the TNT Championship match. I think Will Hobbs is definitely buried, and they pretty much knocked him down several pegs in the pecking order as far as wrestling popularity goes. And just what the hell can they do with Wardlow with Arn Anderson? Pairing him with a manager, I don't think that's going to help him. I don't know, man. I feel like Wardlow has just become just another generic wrestler now. He lost the things that made him unique.
And now he's the AEW TNT champion.
Again. Whatever. Now, this week's edition of NXT started off pretty hot. The triple threat tag team match, just like the 6-man tag in Impact, was gangbusters. They started off with a brawl and then turned it into a match. The Diamond Mine definitely got a chance to shine during the match. It was pretty good, despite them losing. The main event segment of the Grayson Waller effect, I think it was great. The battle of both men who have big mouths, Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller. That was so much fun. The matches in between, Apollo Crews and Dijak had a good match. Roxanne Perez and Zoe Stark had a great match. There was also a North American Championship match with Wesley successfully defending against Charlie Dempsey, the son of William Regal, and all the other segments in there, save for Robert Stone reuniting with Von Wagner, were okay.
Not okay.
Let me put it this way. This comic book superhero gimmicked up segment with Axiom's feud with Scripts was more interesting than Von Wagner and Robert Stone.
What the fuck? What segment are you talking about? Wait, there was a segment with...
There was a video segment where Axiom, he's backstage, he's staring at a mirror, he's cutting a promo on, he's doing a video package on Scripts, because that's who he's feuding with, and they showed these different screenshots of Axiom and Axiom attacking Scripts, and then they did some sort of photo magic and turned them into pages off of a comic book.
No.
Hey, it's more entertaining than Robert Stone and Von Wagner.
Why didn't you mention this earlier?
Because
this segment actually sounds silly enough to be enjoyable.
Because I was into the stupid drama.
Because Scripps is involved. Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, because Scripps involved, and I was into the drama with the couple, and it was. Oh man, it was entertaining. I liked it.
Good God, what the hell, man!
All right, so a couple of announcements. For next week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, I will along with my reviews, I will be covering the TV special of Spring Breakin.
Stop saying that.
It's official.
It hurts my soul. It doesn't flow. It doesn't sound right.
I know it doesn't sound right, but the WWE did it, so you have to blame WWE, not me.
God dang it.
So that's something to look forward to next week, folks. And that's pretty much gonna do it. Juancho?
I'm gonna go ahead and pop up in the chat in a moment.
Pop up in the chat before you plug this away.
Still talking about Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan in Canada, saying Juancho's can be the Blue Media and Jose can be Stevie Cool, and Angel Angle can be Hollywood Nova. Wow, really? Wasn't Nova? What's his nuts?
Simon Dean.
Simon Dean?
Yeah, that's him.
No. What the hell? No, I wouldn't curse that on anybody. What the hell? It wouldn't work as a Blue World Order. Man, over here, Bunda's really, really wanted to see the BWO for some reason.
I know. Was
he hypnotized by the Blue Meanies?
I don't know, man. I think he's got the nostalgic bug biting him. But
clearly, I mean, the guy hasn't moved on since 1985.
Oh! All right, Juan, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. I'm getting my official voice on. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, whether you're fin or your feet, boy, girl, or in between, thank you very much for watching this week's live edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casabona, as he reviews for you the best and the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today. That's WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. Step into the ring every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe or the follow button. Ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our programs. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button on the YouTube chat. Join us on our Twitch streams as well. And until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Wrestle Rewind. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. That was Juan Arouse, and this is Wrestling.